day off. Those of you in Australia had Father's Day at the weekend. Those of you in India, all my friends will have had Teacher's Day. What a fantastic time for us to be challenged by. That's what I want to talk to you about. I've been hearing it again and again. So many times, my clients, my friends, when I'm coaching people, that these are uncertain times and we're facing stress. We're feeling stress. We're feeling this tightness in our heart because we don't know where our next paycheck's coming from, where our family is going to be in years' time, where our health is going to be. And we all face it, this uncertainty, this big word, uncertainty. But there's a problem. The problem is that the uncertainty that we're facing is becoming a bigger problem than the pandemic out there. We are creating so much fear inside our minds because of the uncertainty that it's almost like that fear has become bigger than the pandemic. And it's this uncertain state, this state of upheaval. Upheaval. I would call it upheaval. Upheaval. Because what that upheaval is doing, it's creating us to be in an evil state, an evil vibration. And by that, I mean a disempowering vibration. It's evil for our mind, being in an upheaval state, being in a fear state, being in a state where our thoughts are consumed with worry. It's disempowering. This upheaval is disempowering for all of us. And so I want to help shift us from uncertainty and focus us on opportunity. So we're going to go from uncertainty. We need to go to opportunity. Instead of looking at this uncertainty and becoming consumed by everything, why don't we look at what opportunity arises? Hey, let me ask you this. Have you ever had that situation where you were in a position and you got sacked? I've had that. I've been laid off a number of times in my career, 25 plus years. So I've been made redundant or things happened. One time I was at a bank and they walked me out because there were a bunch of us. They said, we don't need you anymore. And there's been a code violation with emails that we had sent. It was an excuse. They walked us out. That upheaval, that uncertainty as to what am I going to do? Where's the next paycheck? And that was during the Russian ruble crisis. Those of you guys who remember that, it's the late 90s. It created a big financial crisis. Banks were firing people left, right, and center everywhere. Any excuse to get rid of contractors, they were doing it. And I remember that great sense of uncertainty. What am I going to do? Where is my next job going to come from? How am I going to get paid? That uncertainty was consuming me at the time. And yet, it was probably the best thing that could have happened, because in that uncertainty, while I was in this state, when I started to shift that attention and I started to ask myself, well, okay, I can be in this uncertain state, or what can I do that could occupy my time? It may not get me a job right now, but what can I do to occupy my time? And so at the time, it was the late 90s and there was the .com bubble that was building up. And I thought, well, let me just get into the internet. I was from a tech background, so let me get into the internet. Let me get into the internet, the World Wide Web. Let me get into looking at websites. Let me understand this. And I started to invest my time and shift from a state of uncertainty to a state of opportunity. In my case, learning. What opportunities could lie if I start to study and learn about the .com marketplace? And so I did that. And lo and behold, it was a few months down the line that an opportunity came with some ex-bankers who wanted to start up a .com business. And they were looking for somebody like a CTO who could help them and guide them and navigate them and build this business and bring a bunch of talents and business development skills into that place. And suddenly I found myself in a position where an opportunity came on my door. I received stock options in return. And this was a new kind of role for me because I hadn't been in this kind of role where I wasn't receiving a paycheck. Instead, it was stock options. And so from that uncertainty of being made redundant, walked out from a bank, from my role, on the same day, with no money coming in as I was a contractor, to finding an opportunity, all happened because I freed my focus from uncertainty to opportunity. So I put to you, what are you going through right now that you could shift and make a change in your focus? What are you doing right now? Or what are you feeling right now? Or who are you being right now that is preventing you from seeing the opportunity that could be waiting for you? Because sometimes it's who we're being. We're not being our best friend. We're not being the most empowered and noble version of ourselves. We're not seeing the things as they are. Here's a reality check, guys. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. That's such a huge difference, man. For us to be able to see things as they are, not as we are, means that we need to have some humility. It means that we need to become a bit detached. It means that we need to calm our emotions through meditation, through mindfulness, through detachment. And then we're able to start to dislodge the grip that uncertainty consumes us with and start to see the opportunities that may lie ahead of us. So those are my realizations. I want you to consider that, chew on that. How can you start to create environments where you can shift your thinking from uncertainty to opportunity? And at no stage am I rubbishing or nullifying the impact and the pain that uncertainty has. I've been there. I described it, and we all face this in some way or the other. But it's where we put our focus, right? It always boils down to that. And we know that. Every coach will tell you that. I'm not the only coach who will say this. We have to change our focus. But what I'd like to offer you is that you have the power inside yourself to do that. But in order to do that, you want to breathe. You want to look back in your life and see where you've actually accomplished it. For me, it was this. When I go through uncertainty now, I look back at how I overcame it in the past, and I'm able to shift my state from that of an uncertain state to more of a what's the opportunity here. And you've probably all done that. Another example is in dating. Maybe you've had somebody and you broke up and you thought, that's it, my life is over. I'm uncertain. And we've all been in the dating game, right? You know, the uncertainty, the Wild West landscape of dating. It's like Russian roulette. You never know who's going to walk around the door and who you're going to date and how it's going to pan out. And some people hate dating because it's just such a thing. Some people love it, but it's such a gamble at times. And yet, from all that uncertainty in the dating, have you not found somebody in your life who you actually felt was precious, somebody that you care for, somebody you love? And from all that uncertainty came opportunity, and from opportunity came a person who you could be with. It happens that way. So whether it's in dating, whether it's in work, whether it's in your own personal life, whether it's in your academic career, whatever it has been, find a place where you've overcome uncertainty in your own way through looking at opportunities in the way I've described. And that will help to shift your focus to opportunity. So on that note, I want to share a little singing from my heart. That was Wisdom for the Soul. I hope that was valuable for you. And I want to share a little bit of music from my heart. As usual with these things, I don't tend to prepare or rehearse a damn thing. I just like to play freestyle with whatever comes. And I'm not a pro musician, by the way. This is just me riffing. I just want to share from my heart for all of you. So here we go. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden me, then I am still await here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come, my heart burden be, then I will wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. And I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. And I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. And I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up more than I can be. Peace. Power to you always. Leave your comments as to how you're going to face uncertainty and replace it with opportunity. That's it from my heart.